drink your fluids, and know your limits.
Feels like a nice warm blanket wrapped around you.
Just dealing with it, loving it, breathing it, you know, and then taking it in the sun and just wiping my brow, you know.
KCTV5 News starts now.
Those of us here in the Midwest and in the Southwest now dealing with this major heat right now. Thank you for joining us this afternoon at 4. I'm Carolyn Long. Summer may be officially a few days away yet, but we're pushing triple digits here in the metro. Hard to believe. Ahead of Memorial Day weekend, our high was in the 50s. So we've jumped now more than 40 degrees here in less than 3 weeks. So we have Storm Track 5 team coverage for you this afternoon. Our Nathan Vickers spoke with some folks who actually decided to spend their day outdoors. But first we begin here with our meteorologist, Gary Amble. Gary, I know a lot of people asking, how long is this going to be with us?
One more day.
Okay.
And then the weekend's still pretty hot, but I'm still kind of chuckling. Feels like a nice warm blanket wrapped around you.
Yeah, I wish I could find her perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great way to look at it if you can.
Yeah, if you can put up with that, yeah, that's fine. But feels a little worse than that to be. Hey, here's what the numbers say: 103 Gladstone, 102 KCI, 103 Shawnee. Now the downtown area has cracked into triple digits at 102. These are heat index numbers, by the way. That's when you factor in the humidity. Here's a look at the actual temperatures. 97 is official, but 100-degree heat. Tonganoxie, DeSoto, Olathe, Spring Hill, all of which now are on the Kansas side. Missouri side, well, it's sizzling there as well with upper 90s across a pretty good chunk of the location. Checking out those southwest winds, that's offering some comfort. Friday will be a scorcher. Heat index near 104 tomorrow. And rain chances, well, that still looks to be on target for next week. Heat advisory in effect from 1 until 7. Does include all of our area. A look ahead to the heat tomorrow. That's coming up, Carolyn, in your Storm Track 5 forecast.
All right, thank you, Gary. And now let's turn to Nathan Vickers at Prairie Center Park in Olathe. He spoke with people who actually ditched the AC on purpose for more fresh air. Nathan, how hot is it where you are?
It's too hot to be outside right now. I'm actually standing in the shade, so it's not too bad. I actually have a little thermometer gun, too, so we can show you. In the shade, it's looking like about 100 degrees in terms of the ground temperature. But if you walk over here to the playground, they have this, like, rubber mat surface. My thermometer is picking up 165, 150 somewhere. I think that's measuring a little hot right now, but that's radiating up off the ground. So it's pretty darn hot outside, but for some people, actually enjoy it. They wanted to get that vitamin D. Much like the weather, Brennan Voss is on a hot streak.
I enjoy getting better.
Disc golf is a way to unwind. But like many visiting Prairie Center Park, he's definitely noticed the sweltering, muggy weather.
It's a little hot. It's a little humid.
It's pretty muggy, a little hard to get some good air in.
Feels like a nice warm blanket wrapped around you. Wet, warm blanket wrapped around you.
The kids don't mind the sun.
They said, we'll go to the park. I was like, are you sure? It's so hot.
But the grown-ups might stick to the shade.
Well, that's why I definitely am not making that walk too long today.
In a way, Voss prefers the hot weather. Today he gets the course almost all to himself. And a little sweat is worth it for the sunshine.
I just hope that people come out and, you know, get a little more active, come outside a little bit. I mean, we've been stuck inside for about a couple months now over COVID.
You know, those people were outside because they wanted to be, but coming up at 5, we talked to people who are outside because they have to be. Reporting live in Olathe, Nathan Vickers, KCTV5 News.
Maybe it's all in the attitude, the warm blanket. Nathan, thank you for that. Hey, this might cool you off a bit. Remember, it could always be worse. Check it out. California's Death Valley reached 129 degrees for the first time this year, earlier this week. Highest temperature ever recorded in Death Valley, 134. That was back in 1913. Now, in the midst of this heat, Evergy could take control of your thermostat. Company plans to activate their energy savings event. People in the program could have their thermostats turned up a few degrees when the power usage hits its peak. That could happen today and tomorrow. Evergy is not expecting, however, any outages. And with this hot weather,